Hello, everyone! Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья! Сегодня мы будем с вами читать мировую классику. Мы будем сегодня читать с вами Хайди на английском языке. Let's read Chapter 1, Alm Opa, Part 1. The little village of Dorothy was high up in the Swiss Alps. There were mountains all around it, big, beautiful mountains with snow on them. The nearest mountain was called the Alm. High up on the Alm was a little wooden house. An old man lived there, alone with his two goats. People called him Almopa. He had quarreled with the people of the village, and now he never spoke to anyone. People told terrible stories about him. When he was a young man, he had lost all his father's money and gone away to a far country. Nobody really knew what he had done there, but in the end, he came back with a son, but no wife. Everybody liked Tobias, the son. He got work in Dorothy, and then he married a girl from the village. Her name was Adelheid. Soon they had a child, a little girl. They named her Adelheid too, but they always called her Heidi. Heidi was only 1 year old when Tobias was killed. He was working in a house, and a big piece of wood fell on his head. Poor Adelheid became very ill and died soon. Now Heidi had no mother and no father, but she had a grandfather, Almopa. But he didn't want a child of 1 year old. So who could take after Heidi? Adelheid had a sister, Diti, who lived in a small town not far from Dorothy. Det took the child to live with her, but Diti didn't want to look after Heidi forever. When Heidi was 6, Diti met a German lady. The lady asked Diti to work for her in her house in Frankfurt. Frankfurt is a big city, and Diti wanted to go there very much. But what about Heidi? I will take Heidi to her grandfather, she thought. He can look after her. But so one day in June, Diti brought Heidi back to Dorothy. She walked quickly through the village, pulling Heidi along. She didn't want to answer a lot of questions. But a woman saw her and called out, Diti, is that your poor sister's child? Where are you taking her? I am to Alma Oppa, said Diti. He must look after her. I have got work in Frankfurt. Wait! What? The woman cried. The terrible old man who never speaks to anyone and never goes to church? What will he do to the poor child? You can't leave her with him. But that didn't stop. They went on up the mountain. The sun was hot and Heidi's face was very red. She was wearing all her clothes at once, 3 dresses, one over the other. After 40 minutes, they came to a little wooden house on the mountainside. It had a broken door, and there were holes in the roof. Is that grandfather's house? Cried Heidi. No, his eyes is higher up, said Diti. That's God Peter's house. Who is God Peter? Oh, he is dead now. His wife and her old mother live there. And his son, he's called God Peter too. He takes all the gods from the village up the mountain every day. They went on up the Alm, and at the last they came to another wooden house. This one was much nicer. An old man was sitting on a seat in front of it. He had a long white beard and hard eyes. "Good morning, Alma Opa," they said. "I have brought you Tobias and Adelaide's child." "And what has she to do with me?" he said. I have looked her for 5 years. "Now you can take her," said Ditty. "And if the child is unhappy and cries for you," asked the old man, "what shall I do then?" "You must find the answer yourself," Ditty said. "People can call you a bad old man, but even a bad old man must look after his own grandchild." Now the man stood up. He looked so angry that Ditty moved back. "Leave the child and go," he cried, "and you needn't come back." "Goodbye then, Heidi," said Ditty quickly. She ran all the way down the house street. She had done what she wanted, but she was not very happy about it. На сегодня все. Скоро будет вторая часть. Chapter 4 to Grandfather's House будет читаться глава. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии, делитесь этим видео с друзьями. До скорой встречи. Goodbye and thanks for watching me and listening. Bye.